until I literally questioned your fucking manhood. Yes, I did.
On December 30th, 2023, deputies from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office responded to a call at the airport regarding a disturbance on board a plane. What followed was captured on body-worn camera footage, revealing exactly how the situation unfolded. From takeoff tension to touchdown trouble, here's what really happened when authorities stepped in.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
December. Oh, Whitey? Yeah, shocking.
Yeah.
That didn't last long. Is it alright if we head inside? Yep. So it seems to be the problem tonight. You're intoxicated, you shouldn't be on the plane, running your mouth again, running your mouth at the checkout or when you're getting in here.
Did you just
It's all on
again?
video. Yeah, when you first came in, you were giving them a problem. It's all on video.
Can you tell me what I was giving them a problem about?
Yeah, you're being discourteous.
Please tell me in detail how.
They all told me already.
But I need to know.
And now you're on the plane being discourteous again.
That's fine. I need to
So,
know
where's
in
your
my
license
own
at?
manner, how am I being discourteous? How am I being to this?
Well, you're
I need to
intoxicated
know.
right now, which is probably why you're being the way you are.
That's fine. I need to know
So, where's
why.
your license at?
No, I need to know why.
Where's your license at?
Exactly. No, under the law, I need to know exactly
Where
why.
is your
exactly
license
this. I will give that to you.
Yep, you would definitely need to. You caused a disturbance on a plane.
I'm sorry. No, you're not doing your job on top of that.
I am doing my job right now.
Yeah,
Ma'am.
I'm already under
So,
the
all right.
police academy law. I already know what I'm talking about.
You're under arrest for disorderly intoxication.
No, I'm not.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
No,
Yes,
I'm
you are.
not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yep. You don't want to listen. You're intoxicated and you're causing a scene at the airport.
I literally. Okay,
Place
that's
your hand
fine.
behind your back.
My video literally
Place-
shows.
put your hand
Sorry,
down.
Let me put this down. Let me put this down.
Okay.
Can I put this in my wallet?
put it down right there.
With your
Put it down.
restrooms. No, I
Put
need
it-
to put this down so I know that it's in my restrooms. Ow! With
Stop
my
resisting and put it
my
down.
hand
Stop
is
resisting and
fully
put it down.
incapacitated with
Ma'am.
my thumb.
Stop.
That's fine. With this.
You're fine.
I hope you know.
Put your
With
hand
that,
behind
that's
your back.
fine. No, that's fine.
Will you stop?
No, I'm not
You're
stopping.
making this worse than...
You just put an assault, which I have an injury on, that you put assault on top of. Yes.
The charge rests on Florida Statute Section 856.011. To convict, the state must prove two elements beyond a reasonable doubt. First, that the subject was intoxicated. Second, that she caused a public disturbance in a public place or a public conveyance. Intoxication is a legal term of art. It means a person so affected by alcohol that they have lost normal control of body or mental faculties. Slurred speech, disordered statements, and an admission of drinking all bear directly on that element. Notice what the statute does not require. It does not require a punch, a kick, or any act of violence. A public disturbance is enough. An airport terminal is a public place, and a commercial aircraft is a public conveyance. Both locations fall squarely within the statute's reach. This is the distinction the subject never grasped. She repeatedly demanded video proof of violence. But the law does not condition a disorderly intoxication charge on a recorded assault. It asks whether an intoxicated person disturbed the peace in public. Credible flight crew reports, combined with the deputy's own observations, can establish probable cause without a single frame of in-flight footage. There is a further wrinkle worth flagging. In Florida, a warrantless misdemeanor arrest generally requires that the offense occur in the officer's presence. The deputies did not witness the in-flight conduct, but the intoxication and the disturbance at the terminal unfolded in front of them. That is what anchors the arrest on solid ground, rather than on the unobserved events aboard the plane.
That's fine. I have everything on top of right there. I'm in the police academy. I know exactly what the law is. You're literally calling everything against it, which is fine.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You were in the police academy. You will not be anymore.
I told you I was putting my hands up against the police academy, everything. I put my hand, and then I put my hands up, and you didn't give me a single chance to put my evidence up for me to put my own personal providence against the ground. That is illegal providence.
You're still causing a problem.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I literally just told you on the police airport right there that that is the illegal
Can you guys
providence.
grab her stuff so I
there.
can walk her up here, please?
I'm not. You're literally going to be...
You're causing a disturbance here.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, sir.
We literally had to pull you off the plane.
No, I did
Yes,
not.
grab her
The
something.
moment you pulled me off the plane was the moment I corresponded with everything that you said, corresponding with everything that was diligent, all of that fun stuff. So everything that you just did, you will be hearing with your own current officer. I promise you.
You make no sense whatsoever right
How
now.
do I not make no
You're
sense?
slurring your words.
How?
Really bad. You're intoxicated.
Slurring your... That's fine.
Maybe if you get over here and calm down a little
No,
bit.
no, I will keep my own providence. I know what I'm rightful on. If I don't keep... I'm not going to talk any
That
further
sentence didn't
on.
even make sense that you just said.
You're right.
So, as I was saying, when you first came in earlier, you caused a disturbance here.
I have every violence towards you taking me in, towards everything.
They're the ones that took you off the
Everything
plane.
that's happening right now, it's not happening.
They're the ones that took you off the plane. Okay.
Because of you.
No, not because of me.
Yes, because of what you said. Yes. And how do you... There literally had been a whole
Listen,
thing.
They were already taking you off the plane before you even got up there.
No, they talked
Yes,
about
ma'am.
it. And then they talked about you.
The flight attendants, they told me that you had told them that you were drinking,
Yes.
and then
Then what?
started the confrontation.
What confrontation? What confrontation?
You can't tell the flight attendants that you've been consuming alcohol and then be combative to the flight attendants.
What did I do? What did I do?
They told me that you were yelling on the
What
aircraft.
what did I yell?
That's not
Exactly.
The
I
flight
did not.
attendants-
No. I did not yell until you show me literal footage. I did not yell. I did not do anything. I approached that aircraft like it was nothing.
CI-1 Central. Can you put me
Literally,
a...
like it was nothing. I was doing everything.
Yeah.
The First Amendment deserves careful treatment because the subject claims the deputies turned on her only after she insulted an officer. On that narrow point, the law agrees with her. Florida Statute Section 877.03, the breach of peace statute, has been sharply narrowed for speech. In State v. Saunders, decided by the Florida Supreme Court in 1976, the court drew a hard line. Words alone may be punished only when they are fighting words that tend to incite an immediate breach of the peace or a knowingly false alarm of physical danger. Insulting an officer's manhood is neither. It is protected speech. Florida appellate courts apply this consistently. In ASC v. State, a 2009 decision, loud speech and profanity, without any effort to incite a crowd, were held insufficient for disorderly conduct. The principle is settled. Rudeness toward police is not a crime. This is exactly why the intoxication theory matters. A lawful arrest here cannot rest on her insults. It must rest on her impairment and the public disturbance. The content of her speech is constitutionally off limits as a basis for the charge. Her Fifth Amendment position was also sound in principle. She was never required to confess or to narrate her own conduct, and silence would have served her far better than argument. But asserting a right and helping your case are two different things. Her impaired, escalating commentary supplied evidence of the very disturbance element the state needed to prove.
Peace over the environment.
You need to stop.
I literally let you know right there what your job is. Don't acclimate me on the job that I literally told you what everything that you just asked me is, and then you get mad at me for it.
I'm trying to talk to the
how
radio.
you want it to be approached. Ask me how my name is. Ask me how anything is. That's how you do your fucking job.
Thanks for letting me know how to do my job.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sit
Honestly,
there and be
you're
quiet,
welcome.
please.
Because instead of sitting there and just throwing out names and not having shit on any information that you have.
Will you stop? So I
I'm
can talk on the
done
radio.
now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You get it all out?
Now that I know that in your ear that they heard every fucking thing how your job actually is.
You need to stop.
I'm done. Do your actual job on every fucking detail.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You straight up yelled at me, didn't ask me for any information on who I am or anything, and no. You straight yelled at me on this and this, and even though you had it all straight in your hand, you straight yelled at me for all the rest of my information. Come on, yes you did. It's on your cop fucking video recorded.
Can you stop
think
now?
I make this up?
All right.
Yes, you did.
Give you a white now for wearing white shirt and track pants.
I just blew $800. You think I'm gonna blow that on you? Yeah, everything that I just blew on that because of you, or because you didn't want to do your full-on detailed job? Yeah, I know. No, don't pull that shit on me.
That's fine.
Don't.
You're the one acting
I don't
like
give
this.
a fuck.
I didn't see you argue with me on the plane.
That's what you just
No, I said
dislocated,
you-
though.
I
So
didn't dislocate.
I'm not being smartass. I'm
you're
really
intoxicated.
sorry for everything. No, I'm literally just asking what my charges are at this point.
Just calm down. Let me talk to him.
The handcuffing brings in Graham versus Connor, decided in 1989. Every use of force is judged for objective reasonableness from the perspective of a reasonable officer on scene, not in hindsight. Routine handcuffing sits at the lowest end of the force continuum. A claimed thumb injury, standing alone, does not establish excessive force. It does, however, trigger a duty to document, photograph, and medically evaluate the complaint. An unexamined injury claim is how a defensible arrest becomes a civil lawsuit.
Go ahead.
Is he good out here with her? Is he good out here with her?
Really didn't do a single fucking thing. They can't even get me on me fucking going up to any of the bars, anything of that, like doing any interest. Me going up, you did not fucking intoxicate me on fucking anything. No interest on whatever. So wait until I have you on this. Wait and fucking until I have you on this. All because I questioned your manhood? Yeah, you did. You had everything fine with me until I literally questioned your fucking manhood. Yes, I did. Yes, I literally have it on video recordings. I had everything on you talking normal to me until I literally questioned your job. And then you immediately went into my job's this and this and this. I have everything on recordings. Everything.
It's recording, but yes.
No, it doesn't matter. Everything on police duty is recording. Just wait. It doesn't matter. You fucked with the wrong person. You really did. I warned you. It's not warning. It's not warning. I'm literally threatening you to the law. The law.
Go ahead, sir.
420 is trying to read it.
Go ahead, 420.
Hey, is there any way you can break all this an accident, Tammy? I mean, I'm over here in Detroit.
Yeah, that's 10-4. All right, you good, Paul? All right. Go.
Special copy. Bingo User 3855 Indian Trail.
Incident assigned. Proceed to
Interrupt from the airport.
For context, disorderly intoxication is a second-degree misdemeanor. It carries up to 60 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The stakes are modest, but a conviction still leaves a lasting record. Now to the grades. The Charlotte County deputies earn a B. They built the case on the correct statute, kept force at the level of routine handcuffing, and relied on a crew-initiated removal corroborated by radio. They lose points for trading repetitive denials with an intoxicated subject, and for an injury claim that demanded cleaner documentation. The subject earns a C-. She was right that she could stay silent, right that an insult is protected speech, and she never resorted to violence. But her intoxication and repeated public outbursts were the disturbance the statute targets, and her confused legal claims did nothing to help her. a few lessons stand out. First, disorderly intoxication turns on impairment plus a public disturbance, not on violence. So demanding proof of a punch misreads the law. Second, an insult to an officer is protected speech and can never be the lawful basis for an arrest. Third, the right to remain silent only helps when it is actually exercised. And fourth, for officers, every injury claim is a future exhibit, so it must be documented the moment it is made. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.